Namaskar, friends. I am Advocate Anil Dhupe, law practitioner at Aurangabad District and Session Court and Bombay High Court, Bench Aurangabad. Now, today we will discuss about limitations and workarounds to online contracts. Then now these days, generally all platforms move to the online. So we need to understand what is the online contract and what is the limitations of that online contract. Let we discuss in this video. Then we will discuss generally online shopping contracts and what is the essentials of the contracts, what is the wrap contracts. Online contracts divided into the two major categories. One is the wrap contracts, click wrap contracts, and the second one is the online wrap contracts. So let we discuss with this. So let we start now. Then the living standard of the people has been subject to a large scale technological advancements. In the present scenario, with the development of online medium, communication knows no bounds as it has surpassed all the geographical limitations to transfer the required information quickly. Using a wider medium, the wide scale emergence and use of business are playing a major role in designing new business models. The factor of rising e-commerce cannot be ignored. E-commerce is giving rise to e-transactions that includes an internet contract that is known as an e-contract. So in unprecedented times like the obnoxious spread of the COVID-19 pandemic and the imposition of temporary and the permanent lockdowns, as well as the creation of work from home scenarios, most of the businesses are largely shifting to online working, thus providing a push to the online contracts. So what is the e-contract and what is the e-signatures? We need to understand this thing first. On being formed, an online contract makes use of communication technology that helps in the evolution of the different kinds of the intermediaries like the internet service providers. We call it ISPs. Usually, if there is a contract being signed, two parties are likely to meet physically at some location, read all the terms and conditions, agree to them, and subsequently sign the contract. But however, when it comes to an e-contract, the parties to the contract make use of electronic means like emailing to convey the contract's terms and conditions using an electronic agent like the PCU or the laptop program. In some situations, the parties may make use of electronic agents that help in recognizing the contract's existence. So an e-contract is the one that has been modeled, executed, specified, as well as deployed in any software system that is being used as a medium for the contract. The two parties to an e-contract are as follows. Then one is the originator. What is mean the originator? Any person who is responsible for generating or transferring any electronic message directly to the second party without having any intermediary with an intention to enter into an e-contract. Then the second one is the addressee. An individual who is intended through an originator to get in touch with any electronic message or without having any intermediary in between. Owing to the difference between of a normal contract under the Indian Contract Act of 1872 and the e-contract, the nature of the latter is bound to change. The nature of an e-contract is as follows. Number 1, no physical meeting or boundaries, use of e-signatures only. The third one is the involvement of a high risk factor. Fourth, high jurisdiction issues in contract breach. Then absence of a single authority for the process monitoring. Whenever a proposal for an e-contract is made, it should include the following mentions. One is the order delivery and mode of payment of the goods, use of product digitization like software in systems, use of different electronic means and services like e-banking, e-signatures, financial aid and advice, etc. The Information Technology Amendment Act 2008 defines an electronic signature. E-signature refers to any data that is present and used in an electronic form. This is a logical in association with other data types that are also in the electronic form and can be used as a signatory to sign any e-contract that is mutually agreed upon. Essentials of a valid e-contract. What is the essentials of the valid e-contract? We need to see. The essentials conditions for an e-contract that be valid are somewhat similar to the essentials laid down for an offline contract under the Indian Contract Act of 1872. The three main essentials are offer, acceptance and lawful consideration, lawful object and pre-consent. Then offer. As per the Contract Act, an offer simply means an invitation to treat. Accepting the terms of the invitation does not mean that the contract has been enforced. This merely means that it is an invitation to make an offer by other parties. On the contrary, an offer can be defined as an expression of willingness to enter into a binding contract with an interested party to the contract. The communication is considered to be complete after the same has been conducted with the help of electronic means of communication. This communication is completed when the offeree has the knowledge that the same has been received and acknowledged by the other party. So, however, for the offerer to revoke the offer, it should be done anytime before the offer's communication. This is stated under the section 5 of the Indian Contract Act and no alterations have been made. Number second is most important term, that is acceptance. Postal acceptance is a rule of exception in the case of e-contracts. As per this, the acceptance of the contract should be communicated to the offerer before its actual existence. The actual acceptance is said to be complete and the contract comes into the force once it is posted. These can be done through electronic means like emails, online agreements, as well as website forms. All the essentials of a valid e-contract are gearing up to be very essential and acting as a proof of record of the contractual agreement being established between the parties. This is all about the legal e-contract, but the limitations, legal issues and workarounds of the e-contract is the ongoing boom of the e-commerce business and the different waves of the global coronavirus pandemic have changed how the various contracts are being executed. As per the IT Act 2000, all electronic contracts and records are subject to statutory recognition. The Act also states that no contract shall be deemed to be unenforceable on the ground that electronic means of communications have been used for the acceptance and revocation of the proposal. The second major aspect is the Act also gives full recognition to the electronic or digital signatures and also recognizes the validity of the authentication of all records through electronic means using such signatures. The contents of such records are also backed by the evidence of parties as stated under the Indian Contract Act 1872 provisions. And any e-contract that is being concluded through electronic means has also been recognized under the Act. As well as the Indian Court, a similar judgment has been passed by the Honorable Supreme Court of India and held that emails are an accepted means of communication to bring a valid contract into force. Online contract or e-contracts provide a widespread extension of the different activity reasons that emerge in various topographies and geographical areas. Also, the large-scale development of the various online and web-based companies pan-India permits the target audience to make a purchase of their valuables and merchandise through online means. The target audience is being moved and is developing a large quantum of comfort in online shopping of their daily essentials and need. But the above stated issues like risks related to leaks and misuse of the data are still prevalent to people opting for online contracts. Types of the online contracts, let we discuss about that. The number one is the click wrap contracts. In this, the party to whom the invitation has been made on the site or software for the demonstration of their consent placed in front of them. If they agree to the invitation and tend to make an offer, they have to click on the I agree symbol, and in case if they wish to decline, they have to click on the I disagree option. This should be done before accepting the product or service offered by the offering party. And number two is the online wrap contracts. Any offer that initiates to have software in any shop with the help of any email or through the web has resulted in bringing a considerable amount of the specific kind of authorizing agreements. If the purchaser wants to avoid the contracts and turn down the opportunity of buying the product or service offered, restoration of the term item should be done before opening anything that makes a difference to the working of the product. So let we summarize all this e-contract video. The major agenda of an online or e-contract is to decrease the difference between a buyer and the seller and establish a smooth way of communication and transactions. The Indian Contract Act 1872 has proper control over the way the plans are completed, along with an understanding of the orders and the effect of a break in the due course of action. Online or e-contracts are an excellent development, and it clearly shows that we have come a long way from the time when the validity of a contract was entirely dependent on an act and its articles. The customary laws are not enough to resolve the challenges that are related to online businesses and transactions. So thank you to watch my video. This is 4 minutes longer than the previous video, but this is necessary to discuss about it. So thank you very much all of my friends to subscribe my channel and like my videos. We will meet again very soon with the next video and with the next law topic. Thank you very much.